Good evening. Can you all hear me? Yeah? Awesome. Good evening, all, and thank you for being here tonight. I am Emily Derry, Supervising Librarian for Youth and Family Services for the San Diego Public Library. We are honored to host the San Diego Regional Finals of Poetry Out Loud here at the Central Library. We would also like to extend our gratitude to Write Out Loud, the City of San Diego Commission of Arts and Culture, and to our students here tonight, and of course, family and friends here to support this impactful program. Thank you, and good luck to our talented youth here tonight. So let's get this started. I'd like to introduce and welcome to the podium Walter Ritter, co-founder and executive director of Write Out Loud.
Thank you very much. Well, hello. Welcome to this 2023 competition, the final regional competition of Poetry Out Loud. We're happy to have you with us, whether you are right here at the library or viewing from live stream, whether you are participating or here to cheer on a friend or family member. As you just heard, I am Walter Ritter. I'm the executive director and co-founder of Write Out Loud. And it's my pleasure now to introduce the chair of the City of San Diego Commission for Arts and Culture, Ann Bossler.
Good evening. How is everyone? It's kind of a tough voice to follow, right? Well, on behalf of the City of San Diego Arts and Commission Culture, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. It's nice to see Gina Jackson, who's one of our former commissioners. And I have to say my favorite judge down here is the smallest. Arts experiences like Poetry Out Loud boost creative and critical thinking skills and are such an important contributor in school success. And at the Commission, we're very happy to be able to support this work. And I just want to say I give all of you a lot of credit, all 13 of you. Sounded great when you came up, so we wish you the best of luck. And one of you is going to have a chance to go on to Sacramento. So know that whatever happens here tonight, you're all winners. Congratulations.
Poetry Out Loud is presented locally by the City of San Diego in partnership with the National Poetry Foundation and the National Endowment for the Arts. Also, the California Arts Council, and finally, little old Write Out Loud. Let's get on to the competition. All of the participants you see here tonight have already competed at a preliminary level, earning them a place to represent their school in the regional finals tonight. We have students competing from across San Diego County, representing Academy of Our Lady of Peace, Bayfront Charter High School, Canyon Crest Academy, Eastlake High School, Pacific Ridge School, Valley Center High School, and Mission Bay High School. Students will recite 2 poems, and each poem will be judged on these 6 areas: physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, overall performance, and finally, accuracy. There will be 2 rounds of poems with a 10-minute break between them. We invite those of you here at the library to enjoy refreshments during the break. You'll find them in the back of the room. They are provided by the East County Women's Club. We are honored to have our distinguished panel of judges, including poet, singer, and UC San Marcos Professor of Creative Writing, Brandon Seymour. Director, actor, and artistic director of Backyard Renaissance Theater, Francis Girk. Poet, board director of the San Diego Performing Arts League, and founder and executive artistic director of Cultural Noir Performing Arts Company, Gina Jackson. Poet and educator, Nicole Lewis. poet and Director of Partnerships for the San Diego Entertainment and Arts Guild, Jane Mushinitz. Poet, author, Director of Ethnic Studies at UC San Marcos, and the new San Diego Poet Laureate, Jason Magabo Perez. Thank you all, judges, for being here tonight. At the end of round 2, while the scores are being tallied, students will have an opportunity to read or recite a poem of their own, or of their own choice. These poems will not be judged. They are for the pleasure of the students and you, the audience. All finalists will be presented with a Poetry Out Loud Regional Finalist Certificate. The winner and runner-up will be announced. Tonight's winner will advance to compete at the state level in Sacramento. The runner-up will be standing by, just in case for any reason the first place winner cannot move on to the state finals in March. Now that we're all ready to get started, I would like to introduce our first participant, Camille Cornelio.
The Man with Night Sweats by Tom Gunn. I wake up cold. I, who prospered through dreams of heat, wake to their residue. Sweat and a clinging sheet. My flesh was its own shield. Where it was gashed, it healed. I grew as I explored the body I could trust, even while I adored the risk that made robust a world of wonders in each challenge to the skin. I cannot but be sorry. The given shield was cracked. My mind reduced to hurry, my flesh reduced and wrecked. I have to change the bed, but catch myself instead stopped, upright, where I am, hugging my body to me, as if to shield it from the pains that will go through me, as if hands were enough to hold an avalanche off.
Moises Corona Covarrubias.
The American Soldier by Philip Fernald. A picture from the life to serve with love and shed your blood. Approved may be above, but here below examples show 'tis dangerous to be good. Lord Oxford. Deep in a veil, a stranger now to arms, too poor to shine in courts, too proud to beg. He who once warred on Saratoga's plains sits musing o'er his scars and wooden leg. Remembering still the toil of former days, to other hands he sees his earnings paid. They share the due reward, he feeds on praise. Lost in the abyss of want, misfortune's shade. far, far from domes where splendid tapers glare. 'Tis from dear-bought peace no wealth to win, removed alike from courtly cringing squires. The great man's levy and the proud man's grin. Sold are those arms which once on Britons blazed, when flushed with conquest to the charge they came. That power repelled, and freedom's fabric raised. She leaves her soldier, famine and a name. Thank you.
Mia Davis.
To Myself by Franz Wright. You are riding the bus again, burrowing into the blackness of Interstate 80, the sole passenger with an overhead light on. And I am with you. I'm the interminable fields you cannot see, the little lights off in the distance. In one of those rooms we are living. And I am the rain and the others all around you, and the loneliness you love, and the universe which loves you specifically, maybe, and the catastrophic dawn, the nicotine crawling on your skin. And when you begin to cough, I won't cover my face. And if you vomit this time, I will hold you. Everything's going to be fine, I will whisper. It won't always be like this. I'm going to buy you a sandwich.
Savannah Gainsborough.
Poetry by Lydia Huntley Sigourney. Morn on her rosy couch awoke. Enchantment led the hour, and mirth and music drank the dews that freshened beauty's flower. Then from her bower of deep delight, I heard a young girl sing, "Oh, speak no ill of poetry, for 'tis a holy thing." The sun in noonday heat rose high, and on the heaving breast I saw a weary pilgrim toil, unpitied and unblessed, yet still in trembling measures flowed forth from a broken string. Oh, speak no ill of poetry, for 'tis a holy thing. 'Twas night, and death the curtains drew, mid agony severe, while there a willing spirit went home to a glorious sphere. Yet still it sighed, even when was spread the waiting angel's wing. Oh, speak no ill of poetry, for 'tis a holy thing.
But how can I help you by Hayden Carruth? The northern lights, I wouldn't have noticed them if the deer hadn't told me. A doe, her coat of pearls, her glowing hoofs, proud and inquisitive, eager for my appraisal. And I went out into the night with electrical steps, but with my head held also proud to share, the animals' fear and see what I had seen before. A sky flaring and spectral, greenish waves and ribbons, and the snow under strange light tossing in the pasture like a storming ocean caught by a flaring beacon. The deer stands away from me, not far, there among bare black apple trees, a presence I no longer see. We are proud to be afraid, proud to share the silent magnetic storm that destroys the stars and flickers above our heads like the saints' cold spiritual agonies of old. I remember, but without the sense, other light storms, cold memories, discursive and philosophical in my mind's burden. And the deer remembers nothing. We move our feet, crunching bitter snow, while the storm crashes like God wars down the east. We shake the sparks from our eyes. We quiver inside our shocked fur. We search for each other in the apple thicket, a glimpse, an acknowledgement. It is enough and never enough. We toss our heads, say goodnight, moving away on bitter, bitter snow.
Kelsey Long.
In a London Drawing Room by George Eliot. The sky is cloudy, yellowed by the smoke. For view, there are the houses opposite, cutting the sky with one long line of wall, like solid fog, far as the eye can stretch. Monotony of surface and of form, without a break to hang a guess upon. No bird can make a shadow as it flies, for all is shadow. As in ways o'erhung by thickest canvas, where the golden rays are clothed in hemp. No figure, lingering, pauses to feed the hunger of the eye or rest a little on the lap of life. All hurry on and look upon the ground or glance unmarking at the passers-by. The wheels are hurrying too. Cabs, carriages, all closed in multiplied identity. The world seems one huge prison house and court where men are punished at the slightest cost with lowest rate of color, warmth, and joy.
Angeline Cruz Luviano.
Ill-Advised Love Poem by John Yao. Come live with me, and we will sit upon the rocks by shallow rivers. Come live with me, and we will plant acorns in each other's mouths. It would be our way of greeting the earth before it shoves us back into the snow, our interior cavities brimming with disagreeable substances. Come live with me before winter stops to use the only pillow the sky ever sleeps on, our interior cavities brimming with snow. Come live with me before spring swallows the air and birds sing.
Kang Nin Win.
Broken Promises by David Kirby. I've met them in dark alleys, limping and one-armed. I've seen them playing cards under a single light bulb and tried to join in, but they refused me rudely, knowing I would only let them win. I've seen them in the foyers of theaters, coming back late from the interval, long after the others have taken their seats, and in deserted shopping malls late at night, peering at things they can never buy. And I have found them wandering in a wood where I too have wandered. This morning I caught one, small and stupid, too slow to get away. It was only a promise I had made to myself once, and then forgot, but it screamed and kicked at me, and ran to join the others, who looked at me with reproach in their long, sad faces. When I drew near them, they scurried away, even though they will sleep in my yard tonight. I hate their further ingratitude, I who have kept countless promises, as dead now as Shakespeare's children. You bastards, I scream, you have to love me. I gave you life. Thank you.
Nadia Sass.
Invitation to Love by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Come when the night are bright with stars, or come when the moon is mellow. Come when the sun his golden bars drops on a hayfield yellow. Come in the twilight, soft and gray. Come in the night, or come in the day. Come, our love, whenever you may. And you are welcome, welcome. You're sweet, our love, dear love. You're soft as the nesting dove. Come to my heart and bring it to rest as the bird flies home to its welcome nest. Come when my heart is full of grief, or come when my heart is merry. Come with the falling of the leaf, or with the reddening cherry. Come when the year's first blossom blows. Come when the summer gleams and glows. Come with the winter's drifting snows. And you're welcome, welcome.
Sadie Stevens.
Art versus Trade by James Weldon Johnson. Trade versus art. Brain versus heart. Oh, the earthiness of these hard-hearted times when clinking dollars and jingling dimes drown all the finer music of the soul. Life as an octopus with but this creed, that all the world was made to serve his greed. Trade has spread out his mighty myriad claw and drawn into his foul, polluted maw the brightest and the best. Well nigh has he drained dry the sacred fount of truth, and if, forsooth, he has left yet some struggling streams from it to go, he has contaminated so their flow, that truth, scarce is it true. Poor art, with struggling gasp, lies strangled, dying in his mighty grasp. He locks his grimy fingers bout her snowy throat so tender. Is there no power to rescue her, protect, defend her? Shall art be left to perish? Shall all the images her shrines cherish be left to this iconoclast, to vulgar trade? Oh, that mankind had less of brain and more of heart. Oh, that the world had less of trade and more of art. Then would there be less grinding down the poor. Then would men learn to love each other more. For trade stalks like a giant through the land, bearing aloft the rich in his high hand, while down beneath his mighty ponderous tread, he crushes those who cry for daily bread.
Irini Tanyus.
Invisible Children by Mariana Llanos. Invisible children fall through the cracks of the system, like Alice in the rabbit hole. But these children won't find an eat-me cake or a drink-me bottle. They won't wake up on the lap of a loving sister. They'll open their eyes on the hand of a monster called negligence who will poke them with its sharp teeth and bait them with its heartless laughter like a wild thing in a wild rumpus. But the children won't awake to the smell of a warm supper, nor will they find a purple crayon to draw an escape door or window. Instead, they'll make a mirror of a murky puddle on the city street, which won't tell them they're beautiful, but it'll show their scars, as invisible to others as these children are.
Ariana Tillman.
The Two Boys by Mary Lamb. I saw a boy with eager eye open a book upon a stall, and read as he devoured all, which when the stallman did espy, soon to the boy heard him call, You, sir, you never buy a book, therefore in one you shall not look. The boy passed slowly on, and with a sigh he wished he never had been taught to read. Then of the old trill's books he should have had no need. Of sufferings the poor have many, which never can the rich annoy. I soon perceived another boy who looked as if he not had any food for that day at least. Enjoy the sight of cold meat in a tavern larder. This boy's case, thought I, is surely harder. Thus hungry longing, thus without a penny, beholding choice of dainty dressed meat. No wonder if he wished he ne'er had learned to eat.
Leah Zheng.
Legend by Garrett Hongo. In Chicago, it is snowing softly, and a man has just done his wash for the week. He steps into the twilight of early evening, carrying a wrinkled shopping bag full of neatly folded clothes, and for a moment enjoys the feel of warm laundry and crinkled paper, flannel-like against his gloveless hands. There's a Rembrandt glow on his face, a triangle of orange in the hollow of his cheek, as a last flash of sunset blazes the storefronts and lit windows of the street. He is Asian, Thai or Vietnamese, and very skinny, dressed as one of the poor, in rumpled suit pants and a plaid mackinaw, dingy and too large. He negotiates the slick of ice on the sidewalk by his car, opens the Fair Lane's back door, leans to place the laundry in, and turns for an instant toward the flurry of footsteps and cries of pedestrians as a boy. That's all he was, backs from the corner package store, shooting a pistol, firing it once at the dumbfounded man who falls forward, grabbing at his chest. A few sounds escape from his mouth, a babbling no one understands, as people surround him, bewildered at his speech. The noises he makes are nothing to them. The boy has gone, lost in the light array of foot traffic, dappling the snow with fresh prints. Tonight, I read about Descartes' grand courage to doubt everything except his own miraculous existence, and I feel so distinct from the wounded man lying on the concrete. I am ashamed. Let the night sky cover him as he dies. Let the weaver girl cross the bridge of heaven and take up his cold hands.
The first round is now complete. We will take a 10-minute break so you can stretch or grab something to eat or drink at the back table before you return for round 2.
It's like our last year. It's kind of sad. Really? And you're really good, so. Yes, you. Okay, cool.
Are all the judges ready to begin round two? Welcome back for round two. We'll go we'll go in the same order as in the previous round. And so, Camille Cornelio.
Nothing to Do by James Ephraim McGirt. The fields are white, the laborers are few, yet, say the idle, there's nothing to do. Jails are crowded, in Sunday schools few. We still complain, there's nothing to do. Drunkards are dying, your sons, it is true. Mother's arms folded, with nothing to do. Heathens are dying, their blood falls on you. How can you, people, find nothing to do? Thank you.
Moises Corona Covarrubias.
All This and More by Mary Carr. The Devil's Tour of Hell did not include a factory line where molten lead spilled into mouths held wide. No electric drills spiraling screws into hands and feet, nor giant pliers to lower you to simmering vats. Instead, a circle of light opened on your stuffed armchair, whose chintz orchids did not boil and change. And the devil adjusted your new spiked antenna almost delicately with claws curled and lacquered black before he spread his leather wings to leap into the acid green sky. So your head became a TV hole, a gargoyle mirror. Your doppelganger, sloppy at the mouth and swollen at the joints, enacted your days in sinuous slow motion, your lines delivered. With a mocking smear, sometimes the frame froze, reversed, began again, the red eyes of a friend you cursed. Your girl child cowered behind the drapes, parents alive again and puzzled by this new form. That's why you clawed your way back to this life. Thank you.
Mia Davis.
Hanging Fire by Audre Lorde. I am 14, and my skin has betrayed me. The boy I cannot live without still sucks his thumb in secret. How come my knees are always so ashy? What if I die before morning? And Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. I have have to learn how to dance in time for the next party. My room is too small for me. Suppose I die before graduation. They will sing sad melodies, but finally tell the truth about me. There's nothing I want to do and too much that has to be done, and Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. Nobody even stops to think about my side of it. I should have been on math team. My marks were better than his. Why do I have to be the one wearing braces? I have nothing to wear tomorrow. Will I live long enough to grow up? And Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed.
Savannah Gainsborough.
What Women Are Made Of by Bianca Lynn Spriggs. There are many kinds of open. Audre Lorde. We are all ventricle, spine, lung, larynx, and gut, clavicle and nape, what lies forked in an open palm. We are follicle and temple. We are ankle, arch, sole, pore and rib, pelvis and root and tongue. We are wishbone and gland and molar and lobe. We are hippocampus and exposed nerve and cornea, areola, pigment, melanin, and nails. Varicose, cellulite, divining rod, sinew and tissue, saliva and silt. We are blood and salt, clay and aquifer. We are breath and flame and stratosphere, palimpsest and bibelot and cloisonne fine lines, marigold, hydrangea, and dimple, nightlight, satellite, and stubble. We are pinnacle, plummet, dark circles, and dark matter, a constellation of freckles and specters and miracles and lashes, both bent and erect. We are all give and give back. We are volta and girder, make an incision in our nectary, and painted ladies sail forth, riding the back of a warm wind, plumed with love and things like love. Crack us down to the marrow, and you may find us full of cicada husks and sand dollars and salted maple taffy, weary of welding together our daydreams. All sweet tea, razor blades, carbon, and patchwork quilts of good God and Lord have mercy. Our hands remember how to turn the earth before we do. Our intestinal fortitude, cumulonimbus streaked with saffron light. Our foundation, not in our limbs or hips, this comes first as an amen, a hallelujah, a suckling swaddled psalm sung at the cosmos's breast. You want to know what women are made of? Open wide and find out.
K.O. Hood.
On Monsieur's Departure by Queen Elizabeth I. I grieve. and dare not show my discontent. I love, and yet am forced to seem to hate. I do, yet dare not say I ever meant. I seem stark mute, but inwardly do prate. I am and not. I freeze and yet am burned, since from myself another self I turned. My care is like my shadow in the sun, follows me flying, flies when I pursue it, stands and lies by me, doth what I have done. His too familiar care doth make me rue it. No means I find to rid him from my breast, till by the end of things it be suppressed. Some gentler passion slide into my mind, for I am soft and made of melting snow. Or be more cruel, love, and so be kind. Let me or float or sink, be high or low, or let me live with some more sweet content, or die, and so forget what love e'er meant. Thank you.
Chelsea Long.
We Lived Happily During the War by Ilya Kaminsky. And when they bombed other people's houses, we protested, but not enough. We opposed them, but not enough. I was in my bed. Around my bed, America was falling. Invisible house by invisible house by invisible house. I took a chair outside and watched the sun. In the 6th month of a disastrous reign in the house of money, in the street of money, in the city of money, in the country of money, our great country of money, we, forgive us, lived happily during the
Angeline Cruz Luviano.
Cares Carousel by Jaya Savage. Dense night is a needs thing. You were lured in a luminous canoe, said to have once ruled a lunar ocean. The 2 a.m. soda pour of stars is all but silent. Only listen. Sedater than a sauropod in the bone epics, it spills all the moon spice, releasing a sap odor that laces us to the vaster scale of Rhodopus. A carousel of oral cues, these spinning sonic coins, a slideshow of old wishes.
Kang Nin Win.
Hunger Moon by Jane Cooper. The last full moon of February stalks the fields, barbed wire casts a shadow. Rising slowly, a beam moved toward the west, stealthily changing position. Until now, in the small hours across the snow, it advances on my pillow to wake me, not rudely like the sun, but with the cocked gun of silence. I'm alone in a vast room where a vain woman once slept. The moon in pale buckskins crouches on guard beside her bed. Slowly the light wanes, the snow will melt, and all the fences thrum in the spring breeze. But not until that sleeper trapped in my body turns and turns.
Nadia Sass.
We Were the Mask by Paul Laurence Dunbar. We were the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts, we smile and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us when we wear the mask. We smile, but our great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet, and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We were the mask.
Sadie Stevens.
The Fair Singer by Andrew Marvell. To make a final conquest of all me, love did compose so sweet an enemy, in whom both beauties to my death agree, joining themselves in fatal harmony, that while she with her eyes my heart does bind, she with her voice might captivate my mind. I could have fled from one but singly fair, my disentangled soul itself might save, breaking the curled trammels of her hair. But how should I avoid to be her slave, whose subtle art invisibly can wreath my fetters of the very air I breathe? It had been easy fighting in some fair plain, where victory might hang in equal choice, but all resistance against her is vain, who has the advantage both of eyes and voice. And all my forces needs must be undone, she having gained both the wind and the sun.
Irini Tanyus.
Cage Bird by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends. He dips his wings on the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. And the cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. And his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. The free bird sinks of another breeze, and the trade wind soughs through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on the dawn-bright lawn. And he names the sky his own. But the cage bird stands on a grave of dreams. His shadow stands on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. And the cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. And his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom.
Ariana Tillman.
One Girl by Sappho, translated by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Like the sweet apple which reddens upon the topmost bough, atop on the topmost twig, which the pluckers forgot somehow. Forget it not, nay, but got it not, for none could get it till now. Like the wild hyacinth flower, which on the hills is found, which the passing feet of the shepherds forever tear and wound, until the purple blossom is trodden in the ground.
Leah Jean.
Brother, I've Seen Some by Kabir, translated by Arvind Krishna Mehrotra. Brother, I've seen some astonishing sights. A lion keeping watch over pasturing cows. A mother delivered after her son was. A guru prostrated before his disciple. Fish spawning on treetops. A cat carrying away a dog. A gunny sack driving a bullock cart. A buffalo going out to graze, sitting on a horse? A tree with its branches in the earth, its roots in the sky. A tree with flowering roots. This verse, says Kabir, is your key to the universe, if you can figure it out.
Thank you to all of you participants. Well done. The judges are getting their final scores in and tabulated for the announcement that's about to come. In the meantime, we have some students who will either be reading or reciting a third poem for all of us to enjoy. Oh, wonderful. Camille Cornelio.
It's loading, but this poem is called, stalling a little bit, it's called The Campus on the Hill by W.D. Snodgrass. Up the reputable walks of old, established trees they stalk, children of the nouveau riche. Chimes of the tall clock tower drench their heads in blessing. I don't want to play at your house. I don't like you anymore. My house stands opposite, on the other hill. Among meadows with the orchard fences down and falling, deer come almost to the door. You cannot see it, even in this clearest morning. White birds hang in the air between, over the garbage landfill, and those homes hereto adjacent. Hovering slowly, turning, settling down like the flakes sifting imperceptibly onto the little town in a water ball of glass. And yet, this morning, beyond this quiet scene, the floating birds, the backyards of the poor, beyond the shopping plaza, the dead canal, the hillside lying tilted in the air, tomorrow has broken out today. Riot in Algeria, in Cyprus, in Alabama, aged in wrong, the empires are declining, and China gathers soundlessly, like evidence. What shall I say to the young on such an evening? Mind is the one salvation? Also grammar? No. My little ones lead not towards revolt. They are the whites, the vaguely, furiously driven, who resist their souls with such passivity as would make Quakers swear. All day, dear Lord, all day, they wear their Godhead lightly. They look out from their hill and say to themselves, we have nowhere to go but down. The great destination is to stay. Surely the nations will be reasonable. They look at the world, don't they? The world's way. The clock just now has nothing more to say.
Anybody want to get up?
Hi, everyone. Today I'll be reciting 13 Ways of Looking at a Blackbird by Wallace Stevens. Among 20 snowy mountains, the only moving thing was the eye of the blackbird. I was of 3 minds, like a tree, in which there are 3 blackbirds. The blackbird whirled in the autumn winds. It was a small part of the pantomime. A man and a woman are one. A man and a woman and a blackbird are one. I do not know which to prefer, the beauty of inflections or the beauty of innuendos, the blackbird whistling or just after. Icicles filled the long window with barbaric glass. The shadow of the blackbird crossed it, to and fro. The mood traced in the shadow an indecipherable cause. Oh, thin men of Haddam, why do you imagine golden birds? Do you not see how the blackbird walks around the feet of the women about you? I know noble accents and lucid, inescapable rhythms, but I know too that the blackbird is involved in what I know. When the blackbird flew out of sight, it marked the edge of one of many circles. At the sight of the blackbirds flying in a green light, even the bawds of euphony would cry out sharply. He rode over Connecticut in a glass coach. Once, a fear pierced him in that he mistook the shadow of his equipage for blackbirds. The river is moving. The blackbird must be flying. It was evening all afternoon. It was snowing, and it was going to snow. The blackbird sat in the cedar limbs.
So the first poem I read recited was To Myself, but I actually wrote a poem called To Myself during the summer before I even knew what that poem was, so I thought I'd just read it today. To myself. Part of me yearns to unzip your spine, dislodge your ladder of vertebrae, climb up the rungs, and pluck each one until I plummet. Maybe that would fracture the diagnosis, straighten the curve until scoliosis has no home. I'll pull out your bones, all 206 of them, and snap them like wishes for a frame that frames you fully. Wish to see the swell in your hips, your chest. May I air out your ivory skin? Let it dapple briefly in the sun. Dip a paintbrush into your irises, blue and green, maybe even gray, and paint the sky across your arms so you can finally reach it. Let me scoop out your eyes and rattle them round my palm, toss them into a cup. I'll wring out your dripping brain and let the liquid flow over the lip of the chalice. Cheers to you, to me, to us. Pour it down my throat so we can watch this body fall apart together. Thank you.
I thought so.
An Ode to December by me. It always was the cold December that stirred within us greatest change. It killed the trees and heated actions. It lost the keys to our cage. Embalmed our bodies with the quiet. In silence, made us cry for past. It called the wind to speed up time, which we resisted like the rest. Was it just me or you were there? I do not dare to recall. Forgave, accepted, mourned, then buried, our hearts in blizzard of past fall.
Anybody? Then we need only one more. Oh! Wait, is there a volunteer in the audience? Yes, yes, now I see you. Come this way. And please introduce yourself.
Good evening. 'Tis I, Flora, and I shall recite a poem I do not know the name of, by Sappho. For mother, I cannot weave, for slender Aphrodite has stricken me with longing for a companion. Can I say another one?
Yes.
Written by myself.
Yes, you may.
Okay. And next is a poem I do not know the name of. To myself. To be a priestess to the Virgin Goddess without the thought of love I would show breast. Alas, no. And my days in the woods, stricken with love, or a nymph. And slender.
So, this is the poem from the I'm Just No Good at Rhyming book, and it's called If You Ever Have to Memorize a Poem of 20 Lines or Longer and Deliver It to Your Class, then this is a pretty good choice. Avocado, 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 avocado. Avocado, 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 avocado. It's hard to say after you said it a lot of times.
We need one more poem, or poet. Are you? Oh, wonderful.
For my English class, we had to do like a project about the American dream, and I expressed it through a poem. So, okay, it's short. American dream or American scheme? Is it a happy scene or is it a lonely scene? Some are born living the dream. Most must work their way up to succeed. They say it's worth every blood, sweat, and tear, but is it really when some live in fear? It's a land of the free, home of the brave, filled with way too many graves, with dead wishes of who people wanted to be. Did they succeed? Were they ever happy? Will they continue to dream?
Wow. But I'm afraid the judges are now ready to give their decision. And to do that, I would like to introduce Veronica Murphy. Veronica is the artistic director and co-founder of Write Out Loud. She will announce the winners when she gets up here.
Excuse me. First of all, I wanted to say how very exciting this always is for me. You guys were so amazing, and the reason it's so, but I would like Walter to give out finalists. Calls your name.
Camille Cornelio. Moises, Savannah Gainsborough, Teo Hood, Chelsea Long, Angeline Cruz Liviano, Hindin Win, Nadia Sass, there you are. Irini Tanyus. Ariana Tillman. Lear Zhang.
And I never really know what to say about this event because it's many, many weeks and months of work and workshops, and I know that these young people have all worked so hard. So we're so glad that you're here. It's very exciting for me to announce, first of all, the runner-up for Poetry Out Loud this year in San Diego. And if our winner is not able to compete for the state title in Sacramento, then the runner-up will be our representative from San Diego. So I would like to invite Sadie Stevens to come as runner-up. Sadie, by the way, was our representative last year and represents Valley Center High School. And our winner is Mia Davis. We have a photographer here, and he's been doing a fabulous job getting shots of everyone. But you girls need to stay, if you would, just for a few photographs. That would be fabulous. I also want to give another thanks to our judges. It's so exciting. I'm the one that's tallying, and all of those sheets come in, and I'm like madly trying to do math in my head, which I used to be better at. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to our amazing teachers who work so hard with these students to bring them to this point. As I mentioned, or as we mentioned earlier, all of these students have competed at another level at their school or with independent students coming together. So anyway, it's very exciting to see, and I'm telling you the scoring was very close. So want to say how exciting it is for all of us to be able to bring you this. And congratulations to all of you for being regional finalists. And to all of you people who produce these fabulous kids, thank you so much.